No one likes to be wrong. When I committed myself to this project, I was flying high, so excited about the interaction with the film producer. It was the first time I genuinely believed the prophecy of the lost book could be true. For a Hollywood producer to pick a self-published book about the life tragedy without the cookie-cutter happy perceived ending, written by a little nobody like me, with no connections, no accolades, and no portfolio to prove my worth as a writer, was impossible. I thought to myself, wow, God really is about to do an impossible miracle here. The producers scheduled a Zoom call in November with me to discuss the project after I had labored to create a website, synopsis, and film deck catered to his request. And then I never heard from him again. Twice I reached out to follow up on this missed meeting. He ignored me, read the messages, and responded not. I was crushed. But then 3 months later, on February 2nd, during a flight to Miami, I met a woman on the plane blocking my galley as she set up her office space on top of beverage carts. I approached her over her shoulder and couldn't help but recognize the format of her screen. It was a script. She was working on a script. I don't know what moved me to share my project with a perfect stranger who was clearly busy on a tight deadline. And I didn't have the mental space to entertain my fairy tale idea of a project the producer had silently rejected, but I did it anyway. I wrote the URL website that held the synopsis, and I asked her if she would take a look when she had time. A day later, I received an email from the scriptwriter titled Divine Meeting on Plane to Miami. She told me that she was very busy, but would make time to meet and discuss my project after she returned to LA. My high hopes were crushed again when weeks passed without hearing back from her. Then in March, everything changed. My daughter decided to move to Boca Raton and signed a lease on March 25th. One day later, on the 26th, I received an email from my company that I was being transferred to LA. It was exciting, but I was terrified. Where would I live? Could I afford to be there alone on a flight attendant's pay? I tried to call my aunt, but learned that she had been moved into an assisted living home. Her old boss was kind and even offered to refer me to a friend who had a room for rent. It seemed like the perfect solution for me, but the woman lived an hour from the airport and I had no car arranged. Over the next 2 weeks, I stirred in anxiety, trying to purchase a vehicle from 3,000 miles away, and nothing aligned for me. Then, on April 5th, the scriptwriter from the flight called me asking if I had any interest in renting her condo in LA. In a brief conversation with the woman, it was clear that I'd never be able to afford her 3-bedroom condo in the beautiful community of Woodland Hills. I returned from wishful thinking back to reality and car searching again with my sights set on the other room for rent option. But the very next day, I received a call from the scriptwriter again, with very big news. The night before, her and her fiancé broke up, and she was planning to move back into her condo. "Would you like to rent a room at my place and we can be roommates?" she offered. Fast forward to a week later, on the night of my birthday, we spoke again, and I shared my struggle with her in looking for a car. "No worries, you can use mine," she beamed. I hardly leave my house, and my son's car is here if I need it. It was a peculiar timing of events, even for me to swallow. Miracles such as this must mean something, I thought. Me and the scriptwriter haven't discussed the project of my 2017 book to film, only the details of our new upcoming living situation as roommates. But in the background of fast-moving pieces, as I prepare to move 3,000 miles across country to LA next week where I know no one, I have a new inspiration of hope to not turn my cheek on this prophecy. In fact, I'm challenging myself to believe and asking God to help me with my unbelief. And I'm committing to keep writing the events, sharing my story of truth in episodes unfolding in my real life now. Is God authoring a miracle in my life for the sake of resurrecting hope, not only for me, but anyone who's ever felt like me? Life destroyed with no clue where to go or what purpose I have to carry on. Time will tell. April 22nd, 2025.